Invoice Reminders, I know, is one of your favorites, mate, that a lot of people don't know about.
Ooh.
Talk to clients about.
Invoice Reminders. How do we get to Invoice Reminders?
I think it's business. Well, just some background for those people watching. One of Xero's missions is actually to speed up the rate at which Kiwi businesses and small business and business probably internationally receive payment. New Zealand's got a bit of a bad culture of being slow to pay people and going beyond the due date. So a lot of the tools and features in Xero are actually built around helping collect money faster. So Invoice Reminders is a classic example where these push automated reminders to your customers that, hey, you haven't paid us on time, and you can change the messaging that goes to them. And I think it'll send them up to 3 reminders, won't it, Phil? And I think
it can send more, and I've just found it. So by going from your drop-down menu here to settings, and then invoice settings, then invoice reminders, and in the demo company, it's incidentally switched off. So let's turn it on.
Wow.
And we will go, it's 7 days overdue. So we can actually change it here and go
1 day.
Due in. So if it's due within 3 days, it's due soon. So these ones here that are enclosed by brackets, fields that can pre-populate data from within Xero. So they're your placeholders, and there's a whole heap of placeholders here that you can select, and you can change the language that's in here. Thanks for working us. This is a gentle reminder that your bill is due on. That's really nice. That suits us, so we'll save that. So when it's in 3 days, just as a prompt, and then edit this one, overdue by 3 days. So it is due. Thanks for working us. You was due on. If you've already paid it, blah, blah, blah. Save. And then as we get to 7 days of that, and then when you get to, by the time we get in 14 days and we sent them that many emails, I'd be changing the language in here a little bit and maybe making it a little bit more sterner.
Yeah.
My internet connection is unstable. That's popped up, but we'll soldier on. Include quick link to online invoice and detail summary. Include a link to the invoice PDF. I would unselect that. So this is a little hack in Xero. Is I normally wouldn't attach the PDF to the invoice, because it then forces your customers to click the link. And when you click the link of the invoice in Xero, and we'll just show you here, it's got here sent all the way down. When somebody clicks on the link and opens up the invoice in their web browser, it'll change that to viewed. So you can see of all the people that you've sent invoices to, who's actually viewed them. So when you're doing your data collection and going through your accounts receivable list, that old chestnut of going, oh, I've never received that invoice, or I've never seen that invoice before, they can't pull the wool over your eyes on that one, because you've got the detail here all in front of you. And if you are sending invoice reminders, it does come up and say, I'll go to the ones that are awaiting payment actually. It will come up and say how many reminders are sent, and it'll have it in there, so you can easily track. Well, and once the third and last one's been sent, it'll say all, and then when you're scanning through it, you can go, oh gee, that's way overdue, all the reminders have been sent, I'll jump on the phone and have a chat with them.
That is brilliant. So you almost can catch them out almost if they might be, like you say, trying to pull the wool over your eyes.
Yeah, a little thing there, don't send reminders for amounts owing on an invoice under, and you can customize that there. So if you're not worried about $10, $100 or whatever it is, it will ignore this. And then obviously don't forget to save it. For that to work, the key thing is that you must be emailing your invoices to your customers and have a valid email address for them set up in Xero. So to check that, City Limousines, we can open that invoice up. It'll bring it to there. We can click there to go to their contact card. There are other ways to get there. We could have just gone contacts all or customers. And if we selected customers, you can scroll through, or in search, city, and there they are. So we're in the same place, just a different way of getting there. And then we've got invoice reminders are turned on for this customer. So the thing with invoice reminders is you can set it up as a system-wide thing, but then turn it off and on for certain customers. And you can also do it at an invoice level. So if you send out an invoice to somebody, so if we come back to our reminder list that we were in before, we can change the invoice here and go, don't send a reminder. Turn invoice reminders off.
Nice.
And I've used that before because I know we've sent an invoice and it's like, nah, this is a little bit different, so we won't send them reminders, and you turn that off, and that's quite nice to do. But if you want to change any of the details here, you click edit, and see here, no email addresses in there, so we can't be emailing them, obviously, the invoice, or you can use that. But we could type in maybe Craig Hudson at Xero.com and he might get the reminders.
Yeah, nice. Well, you're like maybe Jamie Oliver, because you're like the Jamie Oliver accounting mate with these pre-prepared bloody situations.